Hey guys, this is Under the Arch Sports. My name is Eric Hobbs, and today we're going to recap Mizzou's big 23-10 win over the 25th ranked South Carolina Gamecocks. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Hey guys, this was, you could say the biggest win of the Drinkwitz era. I think that's fair to say. The way it went down out of nowhere. There's stories all over the place with this game, and I think you need to start with the offense, specifically the offensive line. It was a revelation. It was unrecognizable. This offensive line and this running game for Missouri that against South Carolina just bullied their way, imposed their will, and did whatever they want to for the most part. It was very impressive. I think the first thing to look to for that is the fact that changes were made. And specific to the offensive line, at right guard, Mitchell Walters was nowhere to be seen. In his place was EJ Ndoma Ogar, who played, I believe, every snap at right guard. Also, Armand Membo, we've talked about him getting some snaps at right tackle, being that sixth tackle for kind of jumbo formations. He spent some time on the left side of the line today as well. So it's good to see that he's getting some flexibility, and I think at this point he is the sixth offensive lineman. So again, I say it every week. It's encouraging looking to the future. The fact that a true freshman is getting extended playing time. To help out with the running game, Missouri really doesn't have an effective tight end, either run blocking or catching. So to make up for that, sometimes it's that six lineman formation jumbo package, or what they've done, at least on Saturday, was Taj Butts. He got first action, I think ever maybe. He was out there first play of the game, and he was kind of a lead blocker, almost like a fullback, and it worked. We talked about Cody Schrader being the feature back going forward. That was something that Coach Drink announced going into this game, and I think everybody expected that would mean Schrader got 2/3 of the carries or so, and then Nate Pete would get some of the others. He didn't carry the ball. It was Schrader, and if not him, it was Elijah Young, and Luther Burden was in the backfield as a tailback a couple of plays. So, yeah, big-time changes there, and a new way to get Luther Burden the football, so that's good. You also saw a little bit of Ryan Horstkamp, the tight end. Didn't see much of him, at least in meaningful action. So, another change. It all worked. It was impressive to see, and it made the offense just unrecognizable, the fact that they were doing what they wanted to do. And then Brady Cook, you talk about him, and everyone knows he's not going to go out and throw for 300 yards, light it up. You hope for him to be a game manager. 17 out of 26, 224 yards passing, a rushing touchdown, no turnovers. I'll take that out of Brady Cook every week. His line, so much better than Spencer Rattler. All the hype in this game would have been, in terms of quarterback, on Spencer Rattler. But he finished 20 of 30 for 171 yards and a pick. And a fumble. Brady Cook completely outplayed Spencer Rattler. You give me that, and I will take my chances, especially if these changes are going to work. And we're going to talk about that in just a second. Moving on to defense. What can you say? South Carolina had 10 points. If you offer me the other team scoring 10 points, I take it every time. And you're crazy if you don't, especially in today's college football. The defense was dominant. Now, South Carolina was kind of hampered. Marshawn Lloyd, that's their starting running back. He was clearly not 100%. And he was missing plays. He finished with 7 carries for 30 yards. Would he have been a little bit better if he were healthy? Yeah, probably. But Missouri's defense was not going to allow him to go off for anything close to 100 yards or anything of the sort. Missouri defense was just all over the place. They had a formation with 3 down linemen all kind of into the interior, essentially like 3 tackles, no defensive ends almost, just to bunch everything in the middle, just plug it up. They were calling it the bear formation on the broadcast. It worked. It scared me shades of Auburn 2013, at least visually, but it worked. South Carolina eventually all but gave up trying to run in between the tackles. And that's when they began to throw quick outs to receivers or running backs on like a little swing pass type deal, because they knew Missouri's secondary, it is what it is. It's good. Spencer Rattler is not going to he's not going to light it up. So throwing down the field, not really much of an option. And Missouri was shutting down everything in between the tackles. Quick outs and swing passes were all South Carolina had. That was something they were grabbing onto for desperation. It worked a little bit for a minute, but Missouri started to adjust and figure that out. All in all, South Carolina, 203 yards of total offense. That is fantastic. And you look at 203 yards, 82 of it was on one drive. So what was that, 121 yards of total offense for the entire rest of the football game if you take away one drive? That is utter dominance. So absolutely fantastic job by Blake Baker there, getting his guys just ready to completely impose their will. Going forward, there are some things that definitely have to be cleaned up. Harrison Mevis, it's weird. It's almost like having such a sharp angle on a chip shot gets in his head. And now that he's done a couple of those where he's kind of just shanked them or whatever he's done, I think it's in his head now. There was that 32, 34 yarder that hit the upright and went in. I don't know. Harrison Mevis is not quite as automatic as we're used to him being. So that's something that I think Missouri fans need to adjust their mindset with, and Drink may need to as well when it comes to decision making for a potentially going for it on a 4th down. And then, you look at the adjustments that Missouri made, and they worked. They did. That said, you had Elijah Young. If he was in there, he was probably getting the football. I believe they like 5 plays and carried the ball 4 times. So, that's not going to work going forward, where the entire defense can just say, "Yep, okay, he's in, he's getting the ball." That's not going to work. I didn't mention Dominic Lovett offensively. He played 24 plays, I believe it was, 10 catches, 148 yards. He went nuts, but he didn't play that much. So what's that mean? Well, if he's in there, based on Saturday, 50-50 the ball is going to him. So, you have to become a little less predictable. Otherwise, the safety can cheat and just jump a route, and then it's a pick 6. Again, same thing with Taj Butts. He didn't have any carries. If he was in there, he was lead blocking for Cody Schrader. So that's something that Coach Drink needs to understand worked against Carolina, but he'll need to disguise things more and become a little less predictable going forward against Kentucky and the rest of the season. Anyway, that's all I've got for this video. Mizzou's going to continue their season. Big game at home against Kentucky. The Blues are confusing me right now. And we'll talk some Cardinals, and Mizzou basketball's coming. Thanks for checking out this video. See you guys next time.